What's going down today in the studio? I got Cody Harvey, founder or co-founder of a new audio app, a new social media explosion waiting to happen. Breakout Audio. What's cracking?
What's going on, man?
Folks, if you guys don't know this dude, you probably will. He's going to have $1 billion company here pretty quick at Cody Harvey _ on social media. Dude is a graduate of Franklin College.
Yep.
You're
drop out of Liberty University.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk went there, didn't he?
I think so.
Well, this dude, has raised money online, been in marketing his whole life. He's got a couple of different companies, but they just figured out how to do Clubhouse type audio app better.
Yep.
And you mixed a whole shitload, and you're about to come out with this new Breakout Audio.
Breakout Audio.
Folks, this is your chance to get in early. You can go to iOS or Apple, download Breakout Audio right now, create your username, get your profile dialed in, because it's going to go massive here in about 2 to 3 months.
2 to 3 months, yep.
They're going to be launching this puppy. It's already working. You can already go in there. If you're familiar with Clubhouse, you're familiar with the app. But this app has all kinds of elevated features. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, B tokens.
B tokens, yeah. So
you can get paid.
Get paid, compensated, incentivized to leverage the platform.
But ultimately, you go in there, you start rooms, other people can come in and listen, or you can bring them up on the stage to speak. You can invite speakers. There's co-hosts. There's Google search engine, not Google, but your own kind of search engine. So you can freaking verify if anybody's talking shit.
Yep.
Because everybody on Clubhouse is a 9-figure entrepreneur, and then you got to go try and hunt them down. So you got a search engine right in the app.
Right in the app.
Anyway, this big old app, folks, I'm telling you, it's gonna kill it. I've seen it, I'm on it, and I'm telling you, you guys need to go get a profile real quick. Anyway, welcome, Cody.
Thanks for having me, Brad.
Dude, so I don't know what the hell's going on with this computer right now, but listen, I'm glad you came in. We're in here on a Saturday. My normal crew's not here, so we're hoping this is recording.
That would be great.
And I'm hearing some noise from this, but that's okay. We're gonna ignore it.
We're good.
Dude, so tell me, what does it take to build an app?
Well, you got to know the right people, that's for sure. So I don't really have a technology background, right? So that's the craziest thing about this. I just built a relationship with an incredible team, cast the vision, they got behind it, jumped on a plane, flew over to India. This was about 6-7 months ago, spent a little time over there. And with that team and my team over here, in about 3 to 4 months, we built the entire platform.
Man, you would think it'd take longer and more money and harder than that.
Yeah, it really comes down to how competent are the people that you're working with.
What if somebody's listening to this, they're like, man, I've got a good app idea. What do you suggest they do?
Understand how to cast vision very well, right? Because chances are most people don't have the type of bankroll that it takes to fund that type of project. So they either A, need to cast vision to somebody that wants to build it and have a piece of it, or B, they need to cast vision to someone who's going to back them financially.
How much you spend so far?
So far, about $500,000 altogether. Yep.
And how much you plan on spending?
A lot more than that.
It'll cost a ton just to market this thing.
Just to market it. Yep.
What are your marketing plans?
Yeah, so across the board, the average cost of acquisition for any app is about $3.52 per user, right? So we think that we can get that number down a lot just by our strategic relationships with influencers and celebrities, and kind of leverage their audiences and incentivize the influencers and content creators to come over to our platform, help them get paid, make money. But that's really the number one strategy that we have right now.
So what's the difference between, let's say, the leader in the space currently is Clubhouse? Mm-hmm. That's who you're trying to take out, or at least strongly compete with. You want to be the Clubhouse killer.
Well, first off, I tip my hat to Clubhouse. They've done everything right up to this point. I think they're currently valued at $4 billion, right? And there's other people that have jumped in the space. You have Twitter Spaces, you have Facebook's version, you have Reddit got in the game. Everybody's jumping. Spotify, yeah, Green Rooms there.
Green Room.
Yep, everybody's getting into audio SaaS because it's definitely the future of social media, in my opinion. But with that being said, Clubhouse has just done a great job on cornering the market. I don't look at it necessarily as trying to compete and take them out. I look at it more as an Uber Lyft model, right? So the market's so huge. I think there's only like 10 million people using their platform right now, and they're valued at $4 billion. There's a whole lot more people in the world. Even if, we go out and create a brand new market, we'll be just fine. But, maybe they'll take some ideas from us to make their platform better, but I have a lot of respect for those guys.
How do people get on the app right now? Just download it and create an account?
Yeah. So if you go it's on iOS and Android. So you can go to both stores and just type out Breakout Audio. Breakout Audio.
Are you going to be able to see how many people from this podcast did it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So folks, go get it done so it looks like the bomb squad has some damn influence. Just go download it, create your profile so nobody takes your damn username, because there can only be one username at a time, yeah?
Yeah, one username.
And then you're going to have verified badges, all that?
Yeah, verified badges. So they have to submit an application, prove who they are, that they are what they say they're about, and then we'll verify those people.
What if someone wants to invest?
Yeah, if they want to invest, we're getting ready to go into our CFG round. So they would just email me, Cody@breakout.fm, Cody@breakout.fm.
So people right now can get in cheap before it's $1 billion deal.
Yep.
Dude, imagine if you got in at Clubhouse in the beginning rounds.
I know a lot of people wanted to. So
did they take any?
I don't know. I don't know.
Who were they?
That's a great question. I mean, they obviously had a tech background, super talented guys. I think they had when they started, I think about 9 developers total is what I've read, at least. But they've done a great job.
What do you think they've done wrong?
Well, I don't know if it's wrong because maybe it's just their model, but for me at least, I'm a big believer that everybody has a voice, deserves to be heard, right? And a lot of big tech across the board is canceling people for having an opinion and voicing that opinion. So this isn't a conservative platform. It's not a liberal platform. I don't care what religion you are or what you think is true or not true. At the end of the day, we want to give every single person a voice and then let the chips fall where they may. So the only reason why we would ever, knock somebody off of our platform is if they're talking about like criminal activity or something like that.
So basically what you're saying is there's no censorship.
No censorship. The people spend so much time and money to build a brand, right? They spend thousands and thousands of hours. They spend thousands and thousands of dollars just to wake up one morning and realize that it's all gone because somebody sitting behind a keyboard somewhere where we have no idea just decided that, oh, I disagree with that. Cancel, right? So that's one thing that we're committing to all of our users is that you can build your entire brand on our platform. We're never going to cancel you.
Yeah, well, that's a big one because I'll tell you what, can you imagine being a social media influencer and then one day you wake up, YouTube says, no mas.
Yeah, that's how you put food on the table for your family.
Instagram says, see ya.
Imagine taking your everything you've worked for your whole life and leveraging that so you can build a personal brand. And that's your primary source of income. That's how you put food on the table for your family. And all of a sudden it's gone. And you have to start from scratch, right? So
a lot of the influencers that are out there, perhaps they should leverage Breakout because what if you got canceled on all of them, but you still had all your audience on Breakout?
Absolutely. 100%.
Because a lot of times people pay influencers to be exclusive.
Yep.
So like Joe Rogan on Spotify.
I love Joe Rogan.
Which means, again, I mean, like if all of a sudden Twitter and Instagram and Facebook clipped him, more people would just go find him on Spotify. But if Spotify clipped him and Twitter clipped him and they did the cancel culture because he had an opinion, holy shit.
It'd be crazy.
Well, I mean, he would just disappear.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing if you think about it.
It really is.
Like we are connected only by social media and or media.
Yeah, 100%.
I tell people all the time, if you turned off social media, turned off the news, would you think there was a pandemic going on just by walking around and observing life?
Not here in Vegas.
I haven't seen it anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. I was thinking that the other day. The only reason everybody's so panicked and freaked out is because of the media and the social media and the rumors and and you don't know what's true.
You don't know what's true. That's the other thing, right? There's up to this point, it's how do you fact check something, right? People come to social media for 2 reasons. 1, they want to be entertained, and 2, they want to be educated. So if I'm coming to a platform because I want to be educated, I really hope I'm not being educated wrong, right? So that's why we put the search engine in there, because in real time, now people have the ability to validate, fact check, verify what people are talking about, see if this person's legit, see if the things that he's saying are actually adding up.
So like if I'm sitting here talking about, the Israeli white papers showed that there were blah, 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 blah. Someone can type in
Israeli white papers and 100,000 articles will pop up.
And you're right in the app.
Yep, you're right in the app. Don't have to leave it.
What did you just leverage Google or something? I mean, how do you build that into the app?
Yeah, that's a Great question, probably for my CTO, that way over my head. I can't sit here and pretend like I'm something I'm not. I'm not really a tech guy, just a guy with a vision. So
what explain the B tokens?
yeah. So, it's no secret that, big tech leverages people's data. So the whole reason of social media is to connect people, but at the same time, it's to figure out ways to monetize that audience. So it's no secret that these companies, Facebook, Instagram, Clubhouse, Twitter, they're making money off of users, right? So our concept is going to be that. Obviously, we want to make money, but at the same time, we want to incentivize people who are helping us grow this platform. So even if you're just an average Joe user and you're using our platform, by creating activity on our application and building the value of the platform, you're going to get incentivized in the form of tokens. And then those tokens at some point will be able to be liquidated into, in-app purchases, hopefully native currency at some point, being able to buy things from brands, things like that.
Where'd you come up with this idea?
Yeah, so it was December 31st. A friend of mine called me. He said, hey, I know you're looking for new ways to, I have another company. It's called Kennected with a K. He said, hey, look, I know you're trying to figure out ways to scale this platform. You should jump on Clubhouse and start having a conversation about it. You'll probably drum up some business. So I got up on stage within 5 minutes. I think I had 17 appointments booked from 5 minutes of speaking about a lead generation platform. And that results in about $25,000 worth of business for us. I said, man, this is amazing, right? I'm a huge fan of Clubhouse. And I said, the only thing better than having a strategy for this type of platform would be to own it, right? And so jumped on a plane, flew over to Vidura, India, and built the app.
Where'd you come up with the name Breakout?
Well, actually, we thought about a bunch of names. Fireside Chat was one of the names, but I think Mark Cuban actually picked that up because I think Mark was getting in the space or may still get in the space or isn't. I don't know. What was another name we had? Hero was another one, but spelled Hearo. And then basically everybody said all my names were stupid. And then someone was like, Breakout should be it. I was like, oh, that's really catchy. So
why the B tokens? Just for B for Breakout?
Yeah, B for Breakout.
It says BEE, doesn't it?
Yeah, it says BE. So like the little bumblebee is our logo. So
who picked that?
I think that was Victoria.
But why?
One of my partners.
Why a B?
I don't know. It's great.
Why is it great?
I don't know.
How come all these,
it works.
How come all these techies always pick shit where everyone says, hey, that's cool, but no one knows why?
Yeah.
Instagram was a picture, but it's more video now.
That's
Instagram
true.
had the little camera because it
Twitter's
was
a
all
bird.
pictures.
Twitter's a bird. Facebook's an F.
Yeah, Twitter's a bird, but that's because you tweet.
You tweet, yeah.
Facebook's an F because of the Facebook.
Yeah, well, I think the one conversation that we had over why we chose B is because bees come together like in a hive in a community, right? And so we're inviting people to come get their honey in our community.
Oh, I got you. Did you just make that up?
No.
Well, I like B because my name's Brad.
I like B too.
Yeah, so like and the Bitcoin.
Oh, I love Bitcoin.
Yeah, and so I'm down with that. Breakout Audio. Okay, so tell me about you. What, like, you're an entrepreneur. You've raised, not raised, but generated millions in revenue online.
Yep.
You've been into digitally marketing for how long?
I got in digital marketing when I was 26. So 5 years.
So if somebody's sitting there listening right now and like they're trying to generate more business for their company, what would you have them do? What would you advise? Yeah.
Number one thing is you're not going to get anywhere unless you have somebody show you how to do it. Right. Or just you literally put your nose to the dirt and just like educate yourself. Like there's tons of free information on YouTube, right? You can pretty much figure out how to do anything on YouTube, but you're also going to find that you're going to make a lot of mistakes in that process that you're just because you're not privy to the industry. So for me, it was really about putting myself around people who are way greater than I was. So my entire circle of influence are people that have done way bigger things than I've ever done. So find a mentor, find somebody to train you.
Where'd you grow up?
Nowhere, Indiana. So I went to Triton Central High School, surrounded by like 3 cornfields. It's like one of those schools where they have tractor day, right? So, but it's an awesome school, awesome place.
Well, yeah, those small towns are cool, man. I miss them. I grew up in a small town in Oregon.
Yeah.
And, I kind of miss it.
Yep.
At least like, they had parades.
Yeah.
Remember parades?
Yeah. Hometown values. It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to find in Vegas.
Yeah. It's a little different.
Yeah. One of these days I'm going to find me a little hometown to nestle.
Yeah.
Nestle
Fairland,
up.
Indiana.
Where?
Fairland, Indiana.
Fairland? Do you live there?
It's like
Do you still live there?
No. I still live in Indiana, but not where I grew up.
Where'd you move? Indianapolis?
Yeah. South
Big
side
city.
of Indy. Yeah. About 20 minutes south of
You
Indy.
got any lake homes? You got any fancy shit yet?
Not yet, man. I'm putting everything back into the business, so that'll come.
So when this app launches and, its value increases to billions of dollars, because pretty much any good app that's actually known about is worth billions of dollars now.
Yep.
Doesn't really matter what it is.
Yep. User acquisition.
Well, look at Pinterest.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I've never been on Pinterest, but there's zillions that have.
Yeah.
And it's worth coin.
They're crushing it.
Instagram, how much is that worth?
A lot.
Twitter, how much is that worth?
A lot.
And then, dude, it's like unbelievable because like Twitter just straight up canceled Trump's account.
Yeah.
How do you cancel the president of America's account?
How do you do that and like keep the people in the Taliban on? I don't know.
Makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
I have a forethought.
Yeah.
If Breakout is not censoring people and you can get Trump on that app where he's talking,
that'd be amazing.
Dude, that's your whole, I mean, I wouldn't say your whole marketing plan, but like if I was you, I'd be reaching out to Don Jr.
Yeah.
saying we're not censoring people. I'd get on Clubhouse, have people go into rooms and say, as soon as they're allowed to get on stage, well, meet me on Breakout.
Yeah.
Because I was on Clubhouse the other day and I was talking about the VAXX, whether you should get it or not, and everybody had their opinion. And I'm just hosting the room, or moderating as they call it. And I don't care if you want it or you don't want it. Like I'm just asking questions and getting people's opinion, and it was starting to get a little fired up. And someone said, "Brad, I would give out a disclaimer that this is not your opinion, because you'll wake up tomorrow and your Clubhouse credentials will be gone."
That's
and I'm
crazy.
like, why?
Yeah.
Don't they want us to chat? And
That's the
someone
whole
said,
point.
no, they will eliminate your room. They will block you as a user if you talk any, nonsense. And when I say nonsense, it's the same nonsense that got videos taken off YouTube, censorship all over social media.
Yeah.
If the narrative you're going with is not the narrative the mainstream's going with, for some reason, they get rid of you.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, I believe the only way that you can have real progress is to bring everybody's opinion to the table and then let the community decide who they want to follow, what they want to believe.
That's called freedom.
Yeah, it's called freedom.
You should have called it Freedom.
I like that.
Freedom Audio.
Maybe I'll change the name. No, I won't.
Well, Breakout sounds pretty cool, but freedom, bro.
Yeah.
What are you worried about?
Mm.
Why censor people? Now,
Right.
someone says, well, it's misinformation. Is it?
Yeah, how do you know what misinformation is if you're not letting other people bring facts to the table?
Well, because they have their fact checkers. But then again, I heard the fact checkers have certain investments to where they're fact checking bullshit.
Right.
And they're saying shit's not true that is true, and they're saying shit that isn't true, or whatever I just said. They're manipulating. From what I hear, again, who knows?
Who knows?
See, when people always ask me, what's your opinion? I tell them, look, I don't think anybody knows. Knows.
Sure.
And if they do, they're not on Clubhouse talking about it.
Right.
Because if you really knew,
Yeah.
number one, you're probably not on Clubhouse. Number two, if you talked about it, I think you'd disappear.
Probably disappear.
Because there's some major players
Huge
in that game.
Huge.
We're talking about pharmaceutical level people.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's supposed to get the jab. Everyone in the world. How does that make any sense?
It doesn't.
Yeah, so something's going on. Anyway, we don't want to talk about this or our shit's going to get suppressed. So, dude, you grew up in Indiana, small town. Now, how all of a sudden you about ready to freaking run one of the best apps out there? Yeah,
I have no clue, to be honest with you, other than a lot of prayer and a lot of really cool people helping me get to this point. I was 20, it was 2014. I had $8 to my name. I went and bought a Little Caesars pizza and a Mountain Dew. And then I looked and I had $1 to my name. And I was like, man, I need to figure this out. And I didn't have any money and I didn't have any connections, but I knew that if I wanted to get to where I wanted to go, that I needed to build a bank of relational capital. So I started working in the gym industry. I worked in the gym industry for a couple of years at LA Fitness, actually became a general manager of one of their gyms at 25 years old. Saved up all my money. That's when I was going to grad school at Liberty Online, just because that was my backup plan. And then I realized if I wanted to make something happen, I had to go all in. So I dropped out of school. I quit my job. I took the money that I had and I started calling up people that were influential and saying, hey, I know we don't really know each other, but I'd like to buy you lunch. And like, well, dude, you live in Indiana. Like one guy lived out in Scottsdale, Arizona that I wanted to connect with. So I said, well, I'll jump on a plane and come take you out to lunch and I want to learn from you. So I started doing that type of stuff, build up.
And they let you?
Yeah, they let me. Yeah. Because what I found was people that have had a lot of success and they're really good people, they want to help other people come up, right? Success without a successor is no success at all, right? Now there's people that are selfish and they won't help you and that's fine too. But if you ask enough times, eventually you're going to find somebody to kind of give you the blueprint. And so I just built up a Rolodex of really amazing people that kind of help mentor and guide me. And then that's how I ended up here.
Who were some of those people?
Yeah. So one guy, his name is Josh. He's a huge social media guy. He's done like 4 billion online video views. He taught me how to create viral types of campaigns.
Paler Lynn?
No.
Oh.
What was it?
Josh Paler Lynn.
No. So this guy, he's an absolute animal when it comes to marketing and figuring out ways to create things to go viral.
You ever heard of Mr. Beast?
Me
Me either, but he's huge.
Mr. Beast.
Yeah,
I'm gonna write that
Google
down.
him. Mr. Beast.
I'm gonna search it.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
but like you'll find that he's massive, and I keep hearing his name. I'm like, who is Mr. Beast? Like, dude,
Yeah.
that shows you how small of or how big of a world we actually live in.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are like, they believe these big, huge names.
Yeah.
Everyone knows them, when in reality they don't.
Yeah.
At least in the entrepreneur space.
Yep.
Like you get someone like Trump. Everyone's heard of Trump, but Mr. Beast, never heard of him. There's a guy that does pictures or does travel stuff. He has millions of views on YouTube.
Yeah.
What's his name? You know?
Mm-mm.
He's a travel guy. Anyway, massive amounts of followers. Then somebody named PewDiePie.
Oh yeah, I've heard of PewDiePie. Yeah.
See, I've never even heard of that dude, but
Yeah.
millions of followers.
Yeah.
How many millions aren't following?
Right.
So all you need to do in life, whether you have a business, is just get a little attention.
Get attention. That's it. And I didn't know at that time what direction I wanted to go in this world, right? Stephen Toomey is another guy that really helped me out a lot. There's another gentleman by the name of Tom. The guy's raised over $1 billion in funding throughout his life, for-profits, not-for-profits. Taught me how to ask, right? Make ask. So, I mean, I could go on and on and on. Dozens and dozens of people that have really helped. But at that time in my life, I knew that whatever business I wanted to get into, even if I had the greatest idea in the world, if I didn't know how to market it, if I didn't know how to build brand equity and brand awareness, I would lose. So I had to figure out how to actually market. So I got into Google SEO, PPC, YouTube advertising, Facebook ads, influencer marketing, the whole 9 yards. And then at that point, I was able to kind of piece together little businesses and start to scale them. So
there's 5 things that if someone were to master each of these 5 things, these skill sets, I call them kill sets. Because if you want to kill it in life, this is all you need.
Yep.
And you can either do it for yourself or someone else, but no matter what, guaranteed you'll make 7 figures. In my opinion, anyone that masters these 5 kill sets will kill it in life. Sales, knowing how to sell, close, persuade, and influence people. Marketing, knowing how to generate interest. Social media, you got to know how to leverage these rooms, leverage breakout audio. Communicate. It's so key. I bought the domain keymunication.com.
that's awesome.
Because it's key, bro.
Yeah.
The ability to communicate intelligently, the ability to get your point across, which again leans heavily into sales, closing, and persuasion. And then the last one, personal branding. If you understand how to build a personal brand, communicate, master social media, master marketing, and master sales, closing, and persuasion, bro, You're a multimillionaire guaranteed.
Yep.
So if somebody's listening to this thinking, yeah, but I love dropping bombs. You're always bringing on people, because I get shit all the time in the email saying, dude, thank you so much. I love your guests. You bring on the freaking most unique people. I learned so much. And I'm thinking, this is cool. This is why I started the podcast. But I always try to think, like, what are we saying that people think it's changing their lives? Because, and I thought to myself, what would change a person's life? Mastering these 5 things.
Yeah.
If you are badass at sales, badass at marketing, badass at social media, badass at communicating, and a badass brand builder.
Yeah.
You're done.
That's it.
You'll own the world. You can do it for other people. There's billionaires that will hire you right now to do it for them.
Yep.
Have all the budget in the world. Or hustle and grind. Do it for yourself. And next thing you know, you're the Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
You're the PewDiePie.
PewDiePie.
You're the one creating breakout audio.
Yep.
So how long did it take you to start learning before you started hitting?
So from that age up until I was about 27. So it took me a couple of years.
And then what?
Then I found my partner, who you've met, Devin. I've learned a lot from him, even though he's younger than me. He's taught me a ton too. Him and I got together and we were trying to scale this digital marketing, because to your point, once we figured out how to do it, we started doing it for a lot of other people, right? And we kind of stumbled across the power of LinkedIn. We're like, hey, how cool would it be if we could automate this entire process? So that's when we met the guy that actually coded and developed all of Breakout overseas. But at that time, we were developing out Kennected. And so we started that company with 5 of us, and now we have over 130 employees with that software company. So, yeah.
And people probably have never heard of Kennected, but if you have, you already know it's growing faster than shit too.
Yep.
And then you're just going to freaking leapfrog right into Breakout.
Yep. So I've completely phased out of the day-to-day with Kennected, and I'm solely focused on Breakout.
Yeah, but what's going to happen when Breakout hits and it's like $1 billion company?
Yeah.
Like literally, dude, people are going to come back to this episode and be like, dude, I was there. I was taught. I listened to them talk about that before it even got big.
Yeah.
Like I'd never heard of Twitter until it was already out.
Right.
Never heard of Clubhouse till it was already out. How
Right.
come we don't get to hear about these things before they get big? What happens if you fail?
I'll start something else.
Yeah, but what happens if you fail?
Well, that's not really an option.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I'd be like, it ain't failing.
Yeah, it's not failing.
Because if you can just get the attention and get people on the platform, I'm assuming the tech's good.
Yeah.
But, when I looked at it, I believe all the features you have are better than Clubhouse. Clubhouse, if you're just looking to pop in a room and listen or pop in a room and talk, it's pretty okay.
Yeah.
But like, there's no B tokens. There's no way to make money on it through the app.
Sure.
There's once you mod somebody, they basically can shut down the room. And what about that? Like, that's the one thing I don't like about Clubhouse. If you mod the wrong people, they can shut down the room, bring up other people when you didn't necessarily want those other people up.
Right.
They get all the power.
Yep.
Can't there be, I noticed in yours, there's a host and then there's speakers and then there's the audience. So
Exactly.
the speakers can't shut
The
shit
speakers
off.
can't shut stuff down. So only the host and the co-host. So if me and you wanted to start a room, right, we could join as host and co-host, and then we could bring up as many people to talk as we want in the speaker category. But that prevents them from being able to kind of leverage the room how they want to leverage the room.
And or shut it off.
Exactly.
I've been in rooms where it's starting to get juicy.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep. And someone
turns it off.
Yeah. Another differentiator is, if there's 500, 750, 1,000 people in a room, incredible, right? Tons of people getting educated and entertained. The issue is if I'm a passive listener as an audience member and nobody ever calls me up on stage to ask my question, I'm kind of out of luck. So what we did was we built an in-room chat feature. So now every single person, whether you're a host or a co-host, a speaker, just a regular audience member, you can actually ask questions in the chat. Or someone's talking a whole bunch of BS, you can say, hey, actually that's not true. Check this site out, right? So you can actually still have your voice heard through the chat, even if nobody ever calls you up.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yep. And then the cool part is, let's say that you're a content creator or an influencer and you're trying to sell a product or a service or do something. You can say, hey guys, if you want to learn more about this, right? There's 2,000 people in the room. I don't have time to bring everybody up right now and talk to you, but tell me that you're interested and we'll follow up with you afterwards. That entire chat dialogue will get downloaded and given to the host and the co-host of the room so they can actually do their follow-up hours after the conversation.
And everyone's attached, because I can notice in these other rooms on Clubhouse, there are people down below, like, silent. They couldn't say nothing if they wanted to.
Yep.
And they could be listening to direct bullshit, and there's no way to check it.
Yeah, they're just sitting there like cringing the whole time.
Yeah, so here they just open the chat and say, this guy's so full of shit, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You think that might be distracting?
No, I don't think so. You don't have to look at it if you don't want to, right? It's your
But
choice.
people will.
Yeah, they will. They can choose to look at it if they want, yeah.
Oh, no, they'll look at it.
Yeah.
They'll be in the feed watching.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these Clubhouse pros, they're tapping on your profile, looking at who people
Who they are.
They're going to their Instagram. They're looking at everybody that is in that audience.
Yep.
Even if there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's people that are there just to see who's in the room, and they've got ways to monetize Clubhouse just offline. How else can I get paid on Breakout if I'm a influencer?
Yeah, so one of the things we're doing is we're going to have an influencer marketplace. It's not done yet, but it's something that we plan to do. So we're essentially going to take out all of the friction and headache of trying to broker deals with influencers and content creators. So if I'm a brand and I know that John Smith is the perfect person to represent my brand, I'll be able to do a deal with John Smith to bring him into my room. John will get paid for that, right? Because maybe everybody's telling me I should do Facebook ads or some SEO or PPC to drive traffic or whatever, but I don't have time to really try to wait and build that audience, right?
Can I give you an idea?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Paid rooms.
Paid rooms.
Yeah, like for example, if I saw, let's say I was interested in acting and I saw Al Pacino was in a room, but it's a paid room, it says $10 to get in that room. Bro, I hit a button, wax my card, $10, and I'm in the room.
I love that. I will build that.
Well, paid rooms, bro. Like, that's how you get these real experts in there, because if I thought I could get on Clubhouse, start a paid room and get 1,000 people at $10 per hour, per minute, per day, whatever, you know, hey, if you want to speak, it's $50 paid. There'll be people that do it, bro. I mean, there's a thing I got on Instagram. They're like, congratulations, you can monetize your live feeds, where if I go live, I can let you pay me. I forget what they call it. They pay me.
That's awesome.
I've never done it, but I can. And I thought to myself, in Clubhouse, imagine if there was a paid room.
That's an incredible idea. I'm going to build that.
Well, you should.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, that will get a lot of people over on Clubhouse, because there's a lot of people with good size followings on Clubhouse, but they keep saying, well, they're going to let us monetize eventually. Well, why not just allow someone to set up a paid room, free or paid?
Yeah.
If it's paid, nobody's in there, nobody wants your shit, bro.
Yeah.
But what if I put $25 and I got 1,000 people in there to talk for 4 hours about a specific subject, or coach people?
Right.
You know, Bradley's, entrepreneurial coaching room. It's $100 to get in, or $250, and you're guaranteed to speak.
I would join that.
Someone might.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you got 1,000 people join that room, 250 G's. I might have just freaking gave you $1 billion idea.
I think you did.
Paid room.
I love it. That's awesome.
Well, you got to somehow figure out how to, give me some sort of tribute.
I'll take care of you.
Call it, you can't call it Brad room. The B rooms.
The B rooms.
Dude, paid rooms is a good idea, man. I've always thought Clubhouse should do that. So after this thing launches, approximately how long do you think before, it's out there and it's out there solid?
Yeah, first quarter of 2022.
So that's how long you guys have to get involved. Now, if you want to invest, you got to email this dude.
Yep.
Cody@breakout.fm.
Yep.
You don't need investments or want investments, but you can invest. They're going to do a crowdfunding round, then a Series A, and the valuations are going to continue to go up. And as soon as they launch, especially if you get Trump and have paid rooms.
What if we could get Biden and Trump in a room?
Well, I mean, I guess then you'd get even more people.
You know who'd be really cool?
But you just brought up a good point, because like if Biden was in a room talking, dude, haters would want to pay to get in that room and listen.
What if I think it was Patrick Bet-David actually was trying to do something with getting Trump and Obama.
Yeah, $5 million.
Yeah, $5 million to do that. That'd be dope to have both of those guys.
That'd be
in a room. Yeah.
Dude, sick. I'm gonna go build a paid room app. Don't do that. That's smart. But yeah, if you could get your username right now, so when this thing blows up, you're not sitting there wondering why your name's taken. Or you can throw a little coin in there right now. You know, if you believe in it. Where can they learn more about it?
So you can go to breakout.fm. That's the website. And then you can download it from the iOS and the Android store. We're going to be building out a bunch of tutorial training videos as well. So there's a lot of things in there. I mean, everything from the chat to the data analytics dashboard. That's another thing I forgot to mention. We believe that what gets measured gets improved. So as an influencer or content creator, you're going to have the ability to look at a dashboard that says, hey, here's the engagement that took place in your room. Hey, here's how many people were in that room. So you know, based off of what type of content you're speaking about, how well it's being received. So, but we're going to be making, to my point, education materials, tutorials, trainings, how to leverage the platform, so on and so forth in the coming weeks.
Well, dude, I hope you kick ass and take names.
Thank you.
I like when people win.
Thank you, Brad.
And it'd be great to say you went from freaking a Little Caesars pizza and a Mountain Dew to freaking billions of dollars.
It'd be great.
Let's say if you hit billions of dollars that you got to buy me like a freaking kick-ass car.
Easy. Done.
Huh?
Done.
You guys heard it, folks. You guys heard it. We're in Nevada, by the way. Verbal's an agreement, enforceable. Guys, go out and share this. Get all your buddies on Breakout. Go and invest if you can. And by the way, it's 3 years from now, when Breakout's worth billions of dollars, and you could have bought in today listening to Drop Bombs, but you didn't. I want to hear from you. I want you to shoot me a DM or something and make it known that, like, dude, I listened to that episode and I didn't make a move, or I didn't even get a profile, because my dream would be the bomb squad goes and overloads. How much can you handle? What if like zillion people jump on there?
Yeah, so we don't have a max capacity either. So we can handle as much bandwidth.
No crashing, no bullshit.
Nope.
Because the bomb squad, dude, we're like almost 7 billion people listen to this on a regular basis.
That's a lot of people, Brad.
Yeah, there's like 16 people in Zimbabwe. So when I say go get a password, dude, you're gonna get overwhelmed.
I like that.
And by the way, there are people right now talking on this app every day.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's coming out. It's out. It's just not launched.
Right.
Why do they do that? Like they release it. Is that beta or
beta? Yeah, because something's always going to go wrong, right? Issues are always going to happen. So before we have wanted to put a ton of pressure on the platform, we just wanted to test things out. So everything's going good right now.
Everything's tested. Everything's ready. When do you officially launch?
I would say October 1st would be probably the first big launch.
When will people start hearing about it?
October
other
1st.
Than when I drop this episode.
October 1st, I think we have press releases and stuff coming out.
All right, folks. Well, depending on when you're listening to this, I'd go to iTunes or Android and get your damn Breakout audio app. Share this out. Go rate the podcast. And until next time, keep it real. Thanks for coming in, bro.
Thanks for having me, Brad.
Dropping bombs with the real Brad Lee. Subscribe now.